Alright, doing a little bit of mid-July bass fishing. I only need 3 poles for July. If it's in the springtime or something like that, I might carry 4 or 5, but I'm going to show you my main lures, especially for just finding the bass in July. I'm going to slow roll, the colors depending on the day. Like today it's been kind of cloudy and sunny at the same time. It's been really hot, it's been in the 90s all week, and a little bit of rain at the same time. So I'm going to throw a bluegill colored bladed jig, and I'm going to use that just to find the bass. Soft plastics especially are what I'm going to throw once I do find them. Right now, one of my favorite soft plastics is going to be those new tentacle looking things. These have changed my summertime fishing. These just, they can't pass it up. And then of course I'm always going to keep a top water on. Most of the time it's going to be a whopper plopper or a spook. Sometimes I'll throw a frog, like up in here. I'm in a cove right now. I might throw a frog up against these trees and stuff like that, but we're going to try to find something. Like I said, it's been really hot. Fishing's been really finicky. I came out yesterday, didn't hardly catch anything. I fished right around the boat ramp when I first got down here and caught a 1.5 pound bass. It wasn't very big. But once you find these bass, especially if they're up in these coves and stuff, this is a really deep cove I'm sitting at. 54 feet of water in the head of this cove. So I'm gonna fish around these trees and stuff with this swim jig, and I'll move all the way up, or this bladed jig. I'll move all the way up to the mouth of this, and then I'll use a soft plastic and slowly fish my way back. A lot of times when you catch a bass, especially this time of the year when it's hot, you catch one, you might catch 3 or 4 out of that same spot. I feel like they're kind of packed together in certain spots. So just fish slow, don't be in a hurry. Once you do find them, slow down about 5 times of what you were fishing. Just really slow roll. But we're gonna try to find them. I ain't fished up here in a couple weeks. I know when we came here last time, we caught a couple of nice ones, but I didn't get a fish up here long. And everybody says there's dog days. You're never gonna catch a bass on the real hot days. You will. You just gotta find them. You gotta be in the right spot. It's more about being in the right spot than just throwing the right bait. You can throw the right bait all day long and the fish just aren't there. And I'm throwing a smaller size, I forget what they call these. I don't know what they're called, but you can find them at Hazard Outdoors. I'm throwing a smaller size than I usually would. They make like 4 different sizes. The action on these things is crazy though. We'll just keep working our way up this cove until we can find one. This is a really deep cove. I'm still setting 16 foot of water, but it's shaded all day. That's one of the main things you want to look for when you don't have to fish coves. Even if you're fishing a pond, find that shaded spot. That's where those bass are going to stay at to keep cool. Early mornings, they're going to be out. That's when I'll throw top water and stuff and kind of stay off the bank a little bit more than I am now. It's just like 5:30, 5:45. The bite should be picking up before long. This evening bite, I mean, sometimes you can catch some big bass if you can get out here after a hot day. And everybody's lake's different. I know the lake I'm on about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That feeding from the early morning is slowly wearing off, so they're going to be out. They're going to be moving just a little bit more than they were. But early mornings you can't hardly beat in the summertime. Plus I like that top water bite too. Buzzbait or whopper plopper or frog or spook or something like that. So I'm not really. Not seeing a whole lot on the fish finder. Just for the fun of it, there's a spot up here with some laid down brush, and I'm going to hop a frog over top of it. And I'm throwing a 6 cents. I think this is called, I don't remember what this one's called. 6 cents glide frog or something like that. There was people in here before earlier today, so I'm hoping they didn't catch everything. Just gotta find them. There's some right there. fishing a nice bass right there, and he was not interested in the bait I was throwing. He was not interested in it. This water right here is a lot colder than the main lake is because a creek runs into this. So these bass are gonna like this little cove. It's 86 degrees in this cove right here, and it's 92 out there. You can find that water where it's just a little bit colder. Sometimes you can do really good. Sitting in 12 feet of water right now. Now we're in 4 foot of water. I really want to fish all the way to the head of this thing, but I don't think my boat's gonna fit. see no bass up in here, but this water's really clean. Hey, we made it back out. Sketchy. As long as I don't lose my net. Not that I'm gonna catch anything big enough to need it, but I'm gonna tell y'all fishtail because I can't. People call them fishtails if they don't know they're the truth. So I'll tell y'all fishtail. We were out here yesterday. Me and a buddy were that I work with, and I was fishing with a bladed jig, like I just showed y'all, and sitting there talking. Reached down and grab a drink. Had the edge of the line about 4 foot in the water, so you could just barely see the bait. About the time I went to go pull it up, I'm talking to I call it a monster. For this lake, it's a monster. Probably 5-pound bass. Comes and just downs that bait. Well, I set the hook, and I don't know if there was a fray in my line, I tied a shitty knot, or what happened. But as soon as I set the hook, his ass was off of it. I think it was, who was it? I'll think of his name here in a minute. So they call it FMD, Fisherman's Depression. I had Fisherman's Depression really bad. What is his name? I don't remember his name. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's the guy who came up with that term, FMD, Fisherman's Depression. Now that I'm back out in decently deep water, I'm gonna really slow down and just fish this soft plastic all the way back out of here. Then I'm gonna go find some more shade. In about an hour, I'll start fishing top water around cover and stuff like that. Gonna slow roll this whole bank right here. Like I said, slow roll the bank back. I just seen a fish bust up in this shade line where this log's at. And would you look at that? Look at that smallmouth. We're gonna get a weight on him. Summertime fishing, like I said, them hot days, these late evenings, you can catch some monsters. You can catch some really nice fish. Just gotta be patient. Fish slower than you usually would. If you think you're fishing too fast, it's because you are. Come on now. .9. That is a smallmouth right there. Just slow roll those shade lines. Those fish are gonna stay in the shades when it's this hot. They're not. Everybody says you gotta fish deep. You don't have to fish deep. Like I said, I just caught this on a top water. It's 90 degrees out here right now. Caught him on the frog.